I would describe today's weather as gloomy, cloudy, and a little bit dull. Unlike my studio, where everything is lovely and bright and cheerful. Here we go again. It is English Addict coming to you live and direct from the birthplace of the English language. We all know where it is. You know where it is. Everyone knows. It is, of course, England. Are back together again. I hope you are having a super duper day today. Ooh. I really hope everything is going nice where you are. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope you are feeling good today. I hope everything in your world is super duper. Is it? I really hope so. My name is Duncan. I talk about the English language. I am now with you live, not recorded. This is 100% live, as we are now streaming on Wednesday. It is no ordinary Wednesday because we have made it all the way to October. October is now here, and if you are a person who watches quite often, even if you are new here, I will explain. October is an important month because it is the month when I started my YouTube channel way back in 2006. That is a very long time ago. Can you remember that far back? What were you doing? That's a good question. What were you doing in 2006? I know it's a very long time ago. It is a distant time. Long ago, the world was so different back then. Life seemed simple. It wasn't. Of course it wasn't. 2006 wasn't a simple year. There were many things happening around the world. Quite a few of them not very nice. But 2006 is when I started, and it was at the end of October 2006 when I started doing my YouTube videos, and later on I started doing this as well. The strange thing is, now this is the most incredible part, when I started doing my YouTube videos, there was no live streaming. It didn't exist. You couldn't live stream anywhere on the internet. It was very hard to do for two reasons. One, computers were not powerful enough to do it, and the other thing, the internet speed was also not very good. So a lot of people were still using very slow internet. Even as late as 2006, you might be surprised to find out that. But of course now we are in 2024 and everything is so much better. Almost. It's almost better. We do still have a few problems in the world which may or may not be sorted out. Hello to the live chat. It's nice to see you here as well. By the way, we have lots of things to talk about. Of course, we always have a subject. We always have something we like to discuss. I will talk to you here. And of course, you can chat to me on the live chat. Why not? Give it a try. Don't be shy. Go on. Have a go. You never know. You might actually enjoy it. Today we are looking at words and phrases connected to books, reading books. When was the last time you actually read a book, an actual book, something that you picked up and you opened and you turned the pages very slowly and you read the book? When was the last time you actually sat down and looked at a real book? Not something on the internet, not an audio book. That's cheating. An actual real book. When was the last time? We are looking at words and phrases connected to that very thing. Also, words and ways of expressing freshness. You might be surprised how many ways we can use it. And another thing we're talking about today, a thing that we do, I don't know if you do it, but we have to do it here. A type of chore that is really, really pointless. We will be talking about that later on as well. We have the live chat. Hello to the live chat. It's nice to see you here today. Who was first? Why do I bother asking? Really? Why do I bother asking? We all know who was first. We all know who was here first on the live chat. Yes, he's at the top once again. It is, of course, Vitas. Now, if anyone is joining at this very second and they see me doing this, they will know that Vitas was first on the live chat. They won't even have to guess. They won't have to rewind the live stream to have a look. They will know why I was doing that. Congratulations. Also, we have Sash, or as I like to call you, Double Sash. Hello to you. Flower is here as well. We also have Palmyra. We have Claudia. Hello, Claudia. It's nice to see you here as well. We also have, oh yes, he is here. You know who I'm talking about. The one, the only, Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you back with us as well. I hope everything is going as well as it can in your world. Who else is here today? We have Zudzika. We have Beatrice. Hello, Beatrice. I believe you will be soon coming down from the mountains. So no more will I be able to use my echo effect for that. I hope you are having a good time where you are, and I hope you can receive me loud and clear, because I know some people are watching in very unusual places. I wonder, what is the most unusual place that you are watching or have watched in the past? I wonder, where was the strangest place you've ever watched this? I wonder. Maybe a place that you are too embarrassed to even mention. We will have to wait and see. We might get some answers for that. I have a feeling we won't, to be honest. Natural beauty. Hello to you as well. Hello to natural beauty. It is nice when you see a person with their natural beauty instead of all that horrible makeup all over their faces. It is nice to have a little bit of natural beauty as well. I'm not talking about myself, although I might be. I haven't made up my mind yet. Hello, Franco. Franco Ferrari. I must stop doing these stupid noises because I'm sure it must put people off. If anyone is watching this for the first time and the first thing you hear is me going they probably think I am a bit weird. Of course, you would be right. You would be correct. BK is here as well. Virginia. Hello, Virginia. Virginia Androne. I watch you sometimes and I like it very much. Thank you very much as well for saying that. It's really cheered me up. Sometimes you need a lift. Sometimes you need to hear something positive to make you feel better. Thank you very much for that. JRF Anali or Anjali says hello. Hello to you as well. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday afternoon. We have started a new month. October has arrived and I hope you will stay with me during the month of October. Lots of things to come. Maybe a few surprises as well as we go through this month. We will see what happens. Thank you very much for your company today. It is nice to see so many people here. Riftar is here as well. Although you have just deleted your message. I wonder what it was. Was it something nice, or maybe you changed your mind? I do this quite often. I will be honest with you. Sometimes when I see something on the internet and I want to leave a comment, sometimes I will type something, maybe in a moment of anger or frustration, and I will type something, and then just before I send it, I change my mind. I decide not to send it. Instead, I delete it. I delete the comment and I don't send it. Sometimes it is a good idea to do that. We all have moments where we might feel strongly, or we have a strong feeling about a certain thing, and now and again we can lose control of what we are actually typing on the internet. So it can happen. It can happen. We've all done it. But I think sometimes when you type a comment, always check, always read it before you send it. Because these days there are people who save those messages. They will see them and they will take a screenshot. So please be careful. If you are feeling a little angry about something, always think before you start typing. I have had moments in my life where I have almost typed or sent an email. That's a bad one. Never send an email to someone if you are feeling angry about something that they've done. Never do that. Always wait until you've calmed down, relax, and then think about it. Never do anything in anger, because you might find that one day you will regret it. Palmyra says, there was a time when your live stream would start at 10 p.m. in my country. Oh yes, now that was when I used to do my live streams very late on Wednesday night. Who remembers my late and live English lessons? That's going back quite a long way. But apparently Palmyra had to wear headphones so you wouldn't disturb anyone else. That is one of the things, you see. So if it is after midnight and everyone is asleep, but you want to listen to Mr. Duncan on the internet, then yes, perhaps you should wear some earphones or headphones, or you can just read the captions, I suppose. Which is a good thing, because then you don't have to listen to my voice. You could just watch what I'm saying. But it is true. So I would say that maybe, perhaps you were listening to me whilst lying down in bed. I don't know. So I am wondering what the strangest thing you've done or been in, a place you've been in whilst watching me. Hello to Natural Beauty is also watching in India. That is very good. Thank you very much. I know I have a lot of new viewers. A lot of people now are watching in India. Thank you very much for that as well. Today we have a couple of topics to look at. We have some words, we have some phrases. You know I love the English language, and I have a feeling maybe, perhaps you like English as well. There are a lot of words, a lot of phrases in the English language. And here is an interesting word that can be used in many interesting ways. Would you like to have a look? Here we go. So here is one of the many words we will be looking at today. This word is fresh. It's a great word. I always think this particular word is quite positive. It's quite a happy word. You always think of something positive when you think of fresh. Something that is fresh. It is new. It has not been done before. So perhaps a thing that is being done that has never been done before. You might say that that thing is fresh. Something new. Something that has never been done before. We can use fresh as an adjective. It has not been done before. That is new. That is new. We are doing it in a new way. We are doing it in a fresh way. Just added. If something has just been added, or it is being added, we can say that it is a recent addition. Something that has been added recently. It can be renewed, a thing that looks new, but it was old, and then it was renewed. You might make something fresh, you freshen that thing. You are doing it. You renew something. So you might buy a phone, maybe a smartphone that is rather old, but it has been refreshed. It has been made new. So now the phone looks fresh. It looks new because it has been repaired. It has been fixed. So a thing can be fresh. It is as good as new. It has fresh parts added to it. Quite often with technology, such as smartphones, computers, you can buy something and it has lots of fresh or new parts. So you can say that that thing is new. It is fresh. Something different can be described as fresh. A fresh thing can be different. It has a different appearance. We can say that something has a fresh appearance. Perhaps something you've never seen before, or maybe something that is being done in a very different way. People used to describe my teaching methods as fresh, different, unusual. A different way of doing something can also be described as fresh. That is a fresh idea, a fresh approach. The way you are doing something, it appears fresh, new, and exciting. Perhaps the appearance of something can be fresh. It looks fresh. Wow, what have you done? You look so fresh today. Another word we can use is ripe. So we can use the word fresh to mean ripe, quite often referring to fruit. So when we talk about fruit, we might actually be referring to something that's just been picked from the tree or the bush. Something very fresh, very ripe. Something that has just been picked is fresh. We can also use the word ripe. It is perfect quality. The quality is perfect because it is fresh. We can also use the word fresh to mean refreshing or clear. Something that is fresh. Perhaps if you go out on a cool day, there might be lots of fresh air around. Maybe if you travel to the coast by the sea and that lovely sea air is coming in. Quite often we say that sea air is very fresh. It can be refreshing, something that is clear. Fresh air can make you feel better. It can clear your head. It can make you feel alive and refreshed. We will look at that word in a moment, by the way. So something clear, something fresh, something that is refreshing. Perhaps you have a drink of water, and that might be refreshing. Something that makes you feel more lively. It is refreshing. Something makes you feel alive and excited even. Fresh, we can use it as a verb, of course, to refresh something, to make something new again, to reset something or reload something. Quite often with computers, sometimes you have to refresh the page you are looking at. Sometimes you will have to press a button on your keyboard and you have to refresh the page. You need to make that thing reappear. You refresh. You make that thing appear as new. Clean up or wash. So maybe a person will refresh themselves. Maybe they will wash their face. Perhaps they've been working outside in the hot weather. They come in and they will cool down with some water. They will refresh themselves. They will clean up. They will wash themselves. So you might refresh yourself by actually washing as a way of cooling down. Freshen up. You might freshen something up. You renovate, renew, revive, or reinvigorate. I have to say, I like that last word. Reinvigorate means add new energy or make something look as good as new. You freshen up something. Perhaps the outside of your house is looking a little old and untidy. Maybe you will paint the front of your house. You freshen up the appearance of your house. You make it look better. You make it look bright and new. We also have a phrase that uses the word fresh. Something can be as fresh as a daisy. Fresh as a daisy. This is a phrase that we use to describe a thing that is as good as new. Something that is new or perfect or in very good condition. It is as fresh as a daisy. Revived and fresh. Perhaps yourself. Maybe you wake up in the morning after a very good night's sleep and you feel as fresh as a daisy. You wake up feeling renewed and full of energy. So the word fresh can actually be used in many different ways. Those were the most common ways in which the word fresh can be used, and I hope you enjoyed that. There is, of course, lots more to come. We have words and phrases connected to the book. We also will be looking at a type of chore that people do around the house that might be seen as a little pointless. We will be looking at that in a few moments from now. Whatever you do, don't go away. This is English Addict with you on a Wednesday. Stay there. Lots more to come.
I'm a big boy now.
English Addict is with you. It is Wednesday. I hope you are having a good Wednesday. I hope everything is lovely and wonderful for you. Can I say hello to Michelle Oliveira? I am Brazilian and I am learning English. I want to dedicate myself to learning more. I live in Ireland. Hello, Michelle. Nice to see you as well. We also have Virginia, who is watching in Italy, but was born in Romania. So I hope you are having a super duper time there in Italy, a beautiful country that I am looking forward to visiting again in the future. We were talking a few moments ago about things being fresh or new. Well, this morning I noticed something rather disturbing outside the house. I noticed that something that we use quite often has broken. It now does not function as it should. The thing in question is the wheelie bin. There it is, the wheelie bin. I love the wheelie bin. We call our refuse bin, or the rubbish bin that we put all of our household waste into, we call it a wheelie bin. And the reason why we call it a wheelie bin is because you can push it around on wheels. I have a feeling that many people have these. So they are not exclusive to the UK. I know that they exist everywhere else around the world, but unfortunately this morning I noticed that my wheelie bin has broken. It has a huge crack going through the middle, and also the top has broken off as well. And unfortunately it cannot be repaired or fixed. So unfortunately it looks as if we have to buy a new one, because the council won't give it to us for free. You have to pay for it. So it looks as if we will have to get a new wheelie bin for outside the house. The one we have now has seen better days. Now there is an interesting phrase. If we describe something as having seen better days, it has seen better days. It means it is old, it is worn out, it no longer functions very well. I'm talking about the wheelie bin, not me, by the way. Although you might say that. So if something is, can you see that? If something is beyond repair, it means it cannot be fixed. Something that is beyond repair cannot be fixed. So unfortunately, my lovely wheelie bin cannot be repaired. It cannot be fixed. It has physically broken. It has a giant crack going through the middle. So unfortunately we will have to buy a new one. So that is the sad story, the sad tale of Mr. Duncan's wheelie bin, which now no longer does what it's supposed to, unfortunately. Talking of things that we have to do in our day-to-day lives, because there are many chores, many things we have to do quite often in our lives every day. There are many jobs that we have to do, and also many chores that we have to do as well. The word chore simply means a type of job, some sort of task that has to be carried out, quite often on a regular basis. So something you have to do. Maybe you have to clean the dishes every day. You have to clean the carpet, or you have to take the dog for a walk if you have a dog, which I don't. Although sometimes I have to take Mr. Steve outside for his exercise. But there is something that we have to do, and we do it, even though, in my opinion, it is a complete waste of time. So I don't know what you think about this, but I think this particular thing I'm about to mention is a waste of time. And the thing is window cleaning. Cleaning the windows. Now, we have a lot of windows on our house. In fact, I always make a joke with Mr. Steve that most of our house is actually made of glass. It isn't, but sometimes it feels as if it is. Window cleaning. Now, this is just my opinion. You might disagree, but I think window cleaning, going outside, climbing up a ladder and washing the glass to make it clean and sparkly, I think it is a waste of time because it doesn't take very long before the glass becomes dirty again. Especially around here, because we get a lot of rain, a lot of things blowing around. Sometimes we get dust from the farmers' fields. So it doesn't take very long for the windows to become dirty again. And, of course, there is another thing that makes your windows dirty. Birds. They will do their poops on your window as well. Many times, normally just after cleaning the windows, quite often a bird will come by and it will sit just above the window and it will do a giant poop, and the poop will go all down the glass. And it will stay there. It will go dry. It will go hard. And then when you come to clean it, it's very hard to get off the glass. It's very hard to remove it. So I think that cleaning the window or windows is a waste of time. Maybe on the inside, but on the outside, it takes a lot of effort to clean the window, especially if you have windows that are high up. You have to climb up the ladder. You have to clean all of those annoying marks and the other things that I just mentioned. You have to get rid of all of those things as well. So I think cleaning the windows is a pointless job. It is a job that needs doing, but somehow seems pointless, as it soon needs doing again. So in this sentence you can see a job that needs doing is something that has to be done. However, from my point of view, it would appear that cleaning your windows is pointless because it doesn't take very long before they become dirty and covered with marks and bird poop again. So as soon as you do it, it doesn't take long before it needs doing again. So in that sense, we are saying done. Something you have to do. You have to do it. It is something that you are doing. It is something that needs doing. Something you must do. Something that needs to be done. Something that needs doing. And as you can see here, by the way, if you're wondering what that is, that little animal there, that is a type of antelope known as a chamois. Now, chamois is a type of cloth that you use to clean your windows. And traditionally, that type of cloth was made from this little animal here, the chamois, a chamois antelope. Fortunately, nowadays, you can get artificial chamois. So it looks like leather, but it actually isn't. It is actually synthetic. So this little creature here is very pleased because in certain parts of Europe it was almost hunted out of existence for its skin. But now, fortunately, these little chaps are now protected and looked after Very well. So I don't know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you think that cleaning the windows is a pointless task? There is no point doing it because very soon they will become dirty again. Perhaps there is another chore. Perhaps there is something else that you don't like doing. And if you watch me regularly, you will know that I hate doing household chores. I really do. I don't like doing them at all, to be honest with you. But I do think cleaning the windows is a waste of time. Hello, English with Kamel. Mr. Duncan, do you know it is the first time that I came here and you are a really talented teacher? Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. I have been teaching English here in Algeria. How long have you been teaching English for? Have you been doing it for a long time? And do you enjoy it? I have a feeling that the answer to that question is yes. So English with Kamel. Hello to you, and it's nice to see you here for the first time. Very nice. Luis Mendez says, when I was a boy, I used to tell my mother, why should I wash my face? It will be dirty within an hour. This is true. And I think that is a very good point because most things, most chores can be described as being completely useless or pointless. If you wash the dishes, what's the point? Because the next day, or even later on the same day, you will just make them dirty again. But of course, there are many other reasons why you must do those things. I suppose a lot of it is connected to hygiene, staying clean and healthy. So maybe it has something to do with that. In a few moments from now, we will be looking at words and phrases connected to books. What about you? Do you read books? I have to be honest with you. It is a long time since I actually sat down and read a book. However, I do read books about certain subjects or maybe certain areas of culture. I'm having a little bit of a crazy time at the moment looking at the world of art because there is an exhibition taking place at the moment in London at the big National Gallery in London, and they're having a special event dedicated to Vincent van Gogh. And I have to say, I really want to go down to London and have a look at that. So that will be running until January next year. So I'm hoping that I will get a chance to go down to London and have a look at this special Vincent van Gogh exhibition taking place at the National Gallery. Even though last week, I don't know if you saw it, but some young people decided to vandalise. They threw soup at Van Gogh's very famous picture. Yell Man. Hello, Yell. Nice to see you here as well. Thank you very much for joining me today. So I am crazy at the moment about art. I am crazy about the world of art. I am watching a very interesting program at the moment about Baroque art. A lot of that, of course, originated in Italy, Baroque, the style of buildings, and of course painting as well. So a lot of people forget. They always think, when they think of Baroque, they always think of buildings, all of the magnificent cathedrals and churches that exist in Italy. But of course, we also have artists as well, painters, painting with the Baroque style. Ultra realistic. Sometimes a little unusual. In fact, the word baroque means a deformed pearl. So if a pearl is perfect, there is nothing wrong with it. But a type of pearl that is unusual in shape, it might have a strange formation. It is often referred to as baroque, something that is rather unusual to look at. So I am looking at a lot of things at the moment. Books, information on the internet, and also reading. I'm going next week to buy a book all about Baroque art next week. Beatrice, I could enjoy the great immersive exhibition of Van Gogh next year. Oh, last year. Oh, I see. So you've already seen it, Beatrice. You've had it already in Argentina. Very interesting. But I am looking forward to seeing it. I hope I will get a chance to go down to London and visit the National Gallery in London and have a look at this very interesting exhibition. Can I say hello to Lucas? Hello, Lucas. Lucas asks, Mr. Duncan, can you please say my name? There you go. I have. Just a few moments ago. Hello, Lucas. Thank you very much for joining me today. Talking of books, we are now going to look at some words and phrases connected to books. You might be surprised to find out just how many words and phrases there are connected to books. Do you have many books in your house? We do. We have all sorts of books. Lots of information books, textbooks, and also books about certain subjects, such as movies and famous actors. So I am a very big fan of movies and also people who appear in movies as well. We often describe them as reference books. So when you describe a type of book as a reference book, it is something that you look at for information about a certain thing, a certain type of information about a certain subject. Book, words and idioms. We will look at some phrases that we use. Here is the first one. To do it by the book. If you do something by the book, it means you do something the correct way, as it should be done, as the rules actually state. So, when you do something by the book, it means you are following all of the correct procedures. You are doing it the way the book is telling you. So this is an interesting phrase we use when we are saying that we are doing something in the correct way. We are doing it by the book. You are following those rules as they are written down. And sometimes you have to. Sometimes you must do things by the book. Here's another one. Here's a good phrase. To be on the same page. To share the same point of view or have a mutual understanding. You are in the same place. So I might have a very similar opinion to someone else. Or maybe we both understand a certain thing clearly. We can say that we are both on the same page. We both have the same thought. We both agree on that particular thing. We are both on the same page. Here's another one. To throw the book at someone. If you throw the book at someone, it means to hand out punishment to someone. You are punishing someone. So quite often we will describe this as an action done in law. Maybe if you do something wrong, perhaps you will have to go on trial, or maybe you will have to receive some punishment. You will receive all of the punishment. They will throw the book at you. The full weight of justice will be served because they will throw the book at you. Here's another one, slightly more positive than the last one. To turn over a new leaf. If you turn a new leaf, it means you are turning a page in a book. So each page in a book can be described as a leaf. You turn over a new leaf. You reveal a fresh page. To make a new or fresh start, you start afresh. You start as new. You turn over a new leaf. Maybe a person who in their life has done bad things, or maybe they are not a very nice person. They might try to make themselves a better person. They might try to be more friendly and kind to others. So they will turn over a new leaf. They will try to become better. They will try to become a better person, to make a new or fresh start. You might say that the new leaf is a blank page, so you are starting from a fresh point. You are changing the way you behave, the way you act towards other people. Here's another one. I think this is probably one of the most common and popular ones. One of the most popular of all the phrases connected to the book. Judge a book by its cover. So the phrase we often use is don't judge a book by its cover or by the cover. Make judgments based on what a person looks like, or maybe what something looks like. So you can judge anything. You can decide if something looks old and broken, or maybe a person might look as if they haven't changed their clothes for many days. Maybe their clothes that look old. You might decide to judge that person. You might judge them harshly, unfairly. So don't judge a book by its cover, because inside there might be a very interesting story contained between the covers. So it is often a thing that happens where people do judge others based on their appearance. It does happen quite often. Hello, Wendy. Wendy speak Chinese. Hello, teacher and everyone. It's Wendy here to learn English with this awesome teacher. Hello, Wendy. Watching. Are you watching in China right now? If you are, can I say Ni hao, 我是 Mr. Duncan. I will be your 老师 for today. Which means, hello, I'm Mr. Duncan. I will be your teacher for today in Chinese. You have come to a very good place to improve your English. There are many ways of using the word book. Now, I'm going to try and explain all of these uses because there are many, many of them. First of all, book can mean reserve something. You want to put something back. You want to save something. Normally something that you are planning to do in the future. Maybe you are going on a journey. Maybe you want to stay in a certain place. You book something. To reserve. So in a very simple way, we are using that word. So book, in this sense, is being used to describe reserving something. Maybe a hotel room, maybe a flight to your favourite holiday destination. Then we have book in. If you book in, it means you check in. You arrive at a hotel and you will book in. You will write your name on the hotel register. Normally you have to give lots of details about yourself as well. You book in, you check in. Normally you do this at a hotel or maybe at an airport when you arrive to catch a flight. Book up. To book up means to arrange or reserve something. You book up something. You book up your holiday. You book up your flight reservations. And here is a negative one, overbook. If you overbook something, it means you have over allocated. You have given too many of those things away. Perhaps you want to stay in your favourite hotel, but unfortunately the hotel has overbooked. They have reserved more rooms than they actually have. And this can happen sometimes. Quite often airlines will overbook their flights because they always assume lots of people will change their mind or cancel. So it is common for airline companies to overbook their flights, and it can be rather annoying. You might have to book out. To book out means to leave or check out. So that is the opposite. The opposite of book in. Check in. You book out. You check out. You are about to leave. You might book a suspect. If you book a suspect, it means you charge that person or you arrest them. So maybe the police will book a subject. This is often used in American English with the American police force. So you might book someone. You are charging that person with some sort of offence. A booking can be an arrest or a reservation, something you are saving, something you are putting aside, something you are reserving can be described as a booking. It can also be an arrest as well. If something is described as fully booked, it means there is no more available. Everything or all has been allocated. There are no rooms available in the hotel. The hotel is fully booked. We can describe a person who looks as if they read lots of books as bookish. A person who appears to be maybe a student, or maybe they wear glasses like me. People often assume a person who wears glasses must study quite a lot. They must read a lot of books. So the word bookish means studious, a person who looks as if they read lots of books. You might book a room at a hotel, or maybe book a flight. So as I said earlier, the word book in this particular sense means reserve. You are reserving something. You will phone up the hotel and you will book a room. You want a room to be saved for you. You might book a flight. You want to catch a flight at a certain time to a certain place. You might arrange a vacation trip. You will book a holiday. I have to say I am really looking forward to booking a holiday. I really feel as if I need a break. You might also decide to book a day off from work. If you book a day off, it means you arrange with your boss or your manager to take a certain day off from work. You don't want to work on one particular day, so you will book a day off from work. You will arrange for that to be done. You might do something by the book. As I said earlier, if you do something by the book, it means you follow the correct rules. You follow all of the rules. You carefully observe the rules and follow them by the book as they are written down. Other words connected to books, parts of a book. We have the word chapter, chapter, a certain section of a book, part of a book. A story might be divided into chapters. A chapter is often numbered and also titled. So each part of a story normally will have a number, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and sometimes they will also have a title. For example, chapter 1, Mr. Duncan is born. Chapter 2, Mr. Duncan goes to school. Chapter 3, Mr. Duncan tries to find a job. Does the story have a happy ending though? Does it end happily? Does it have a happy ending? Chapters are sections of a story. Then we have the word preface or preface, a section at the start of a book. A foreword or preface come before the story. So quite often when you first open a book, there is quite often some information at the front of the book or before the book actually begins. We often call it a preface, or sometimes a person will write something at the start of the book. They call it a foreword. A textbook might have an introduction, something that will introduce the subject. Then we have the opposite, the back of a book. The end of a book is called the appendix. So at the back, at the end of the book, we have the appendix, a section at the end of the book. An index listing contents of the book is often added at the back. So when we talk about index, we are looking at a list of things, normally in some sort of order, and you can find certain things in that index. It is there to make it easier for you to find the information. We can also say that it is a listing of reference notes. So if you read a book with lots of information, you can go to the back of the book and you will see all of the references where that information came from and how they obtained it. Abridge. So this is an interesting word. The word abridge. This means the shortened version of a long story. So sometimes a story can be long. The famous story War and Peace is a very long story. Tolstoy really did enjoy writing that book. In fact, he didn't know when to stop, to be honest. So you might abridge a story. It means you shorten the story. You make it easier to read over a short period of time. A book might be abridged to be clearer or less complex. So you might shorten the story to make it clearer and easier to understand. We often describe it as an abridged version. So maybe you get a book, a story, and it has been shortened. We can say that that story has been abridged. It has been shortened. Certain parts have been removed. There are, of course, different types of book, different types of story. You can have a novel. Novels are wonderful. They are often long, complex stories with lots of characters and lots of drama. Normally they are not true or not real. They are fiction. But these days, sometimes they have a little bit of truth and some fiction. So when we talk about novels, we are talking about long stories, complicated stories, normally involving lots of different characters and quite often a lot of drama as well. So we have fiction. The word fiction is a type of story, a created story that is not real or true. It is something that has been made up. It has been created. It is not real. It is not true. It is fiction. And then, of course, we have non-fiction. So anything dealing with facts, anything dealing with history, things that really happened or things that are actually happening, we will use the word non-fiction. Something that is non-fiction. And that is everything you need to know about books. All of the words, all of the phrases connected to those things. Beatrice says, I love novels that have a happy ending. I have to say, it is nice to read a story. Not always. Many stories do not have a happy ending. Romeo and Juliet is a famous story written by William the Shakespeare, and that is not a happy ending, not at all. So sometimes a story can have a positive outcome or a happy end, and sometimes the opposite. Very much the opposite. Thank you very much for your company today. Thank you very much for watching me, and I hope you've enjoyed today's English Addict. I am back with you, by the way, on Sunday. Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time is when I'm back with you on Sunday. There is me and there is Mr. Steve as well. So he will be joining us as well on Sunday. The same time, 2 p.m. UK time, is when we are back with you. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. We have lots of things to look at, lots of things to talk about. We might even have some information about the big rendezvous next year. We might. We are still making some arrangements there. Lewis says, Pride and Prejudice. I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean it has a happy ending? Or maybe it is a story that you enjoy? tell me on Sunday, please. Thank you very much for your information there today. Hello, Adwaith. Hello, Adwaith. Watching in Corella. Hello to you, and thank you for joining me today. It's very nice to see you. I will see you on Sunday. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I hope today's lesson has been useful and helpful. Don't forget, you can watch this again later with lovely captions. Later, you can watch this all over again. Don't forget, my YouTube channel has lots and lots of videos. In fact, you might say almost too many, to be honest. Almost too many of them. If you want to follow, if you want to subscribe, then guess what? You are also welcome to do that as well. Please follow, subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notifications as well, so you will find out when I am on. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English, saying thank you for watching. I hope this has been useful. It's always a pleasure for me to be here with you. See you on Sunday. Take care. Keep that smile upon your face as you walk amongst the human race. And I will see you on Sunday. And of course, until the next time we meet here, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. As I always say, ta-ta for now. See you on Sunday.